Life's an uphill climb, and sometimes divine, and the cross you bear could be a lighter load.
Hello and welcome, fellow pathfinders. My name is Deanne and this is King Nuts Tarot. I hope you're having a marvellous day, whatever you're doing. I'm just going to cleanse a little bit. Just feel for a little bit more cleansing here. Right, I'll do. I'm just going to burn a bit of rosemary actually as well. For the thought processes. Alright then, got that everywhere, don't I? Right, okay. I've only picked a couple of cards today, so we'll see whether we need to pick any more or if this will do. Right, so I have the Amber, Laughter, have the Angel of Healing, and we have Angel of Indulgence. Right, so I'm just going to start off by reading these and see what sort of message we've got. Right off the bat, before we do read that, I'm getting laughter is the best form of medicine, so indulge in it. Yeah, maybe there's a message there for someone. Right, so Amber. Right, so I'll show you that card again, just so you can get a visual. Right, so it says, Amber has come to you today as the crystal of laughter. She asks an age-old question of you. Will you laugh or cry? Both are an expression of unconditional love and are the only process that are almost incorruptible in the physical world. Her presence tells us that there is a need for more laughter in your life, or that's something that you need to see the lighter side of. Let the inner child go a little. Amber also may have come to you if you laugh too much. There are those of us that instead of facing the world and embracing our lessons, laugh. It is a cover laugh that hides much pain and allows the loss of true joy in life. The inner child has been squashed and wants its true laugh back. I laugh, it is the voice of my true spirit on earth. Right, so as that says, yeah, so as I said before, I'm getting the laughter is the best healing, but also, is it true laughter, as the book says? You know, where you're laughing to cover up something, or, you know, telling people that you're okay when you're not. This could also be I'm getting a feeling of, like, I wouldn't say depression, but, you know, a low feeling. Maybe going through something a bit low at the minute and everything feels a bit heavy. You know, finding something that you enjoy doing, or laughing a bit more with your loved ones, or, you know, maybe going to a comedy show, or, you know, something like that. Maybe put on a, you know, Peter Kay or something, you know, whoever makes you laugh, some sort of comic. It has got something to do with your healing and indulgence, because you've got these two angels here as well. So I'll read these ones, see what they say. You are a true healer. Any negativity that has attached to you through others will soon fall away. You are being given a powerful energy of protection which will remain with you. All you need to do is to believe in us and be still today. Rest and allow us to heal you. Sometimes it is the healer that needs a little healing too. Yeah, so, I mean, this could go the other way as well. Maybe you're the one that's, keeping light of a situation, like to look on the positive side, really, when other people might be looking more on the negative side, you're the one that comes in with a positive word or a positive, a nice smile or something like that, that feels healing to other people. So, take that which way resonates, Indulgence. You have worked so hard and your life is deeply focused on doing good. Yeah, so this is what I was saying. Your heart never gives up on the real purpose of life. You, my beautiful friend, have one more challenge today. Stop whatever you are doing and treat yourself to a moment of chocolate. Hey, you so deserve it. Maybe chocolate makes you happy, Maybe you've been sort of limiting yourself on the chocolate. That's probably making you miserable. I don't know, whichever way around that goes for you. Right, so I'll pull a few tarot cards and see what they have to say. Some cards, please, Spirit, to this reading people need to know. Beginnings. Okay. Right, okay. So we've got some sort of new beginning here as well, but what I'm getting off this card is, passion. Something that you're passionate about, something that brings the fire in you. This could be this bringing this laughter back again, feeling that joy, that passion, that, feeling of oneness. I've got one here. It's obviously the Ace of Wands. What else am I getting off that, actually? I'm getting that someone's finding their laughter. I feel like someone's been through a very dark time. They're starting to see some sort of hope, some sort of fire igniting, some sort of passion about something. Maybe this is about feeling passionate about life again, after something that you've been through. I do also get that there has been a lot of dark times or vices or thought patterns. I feel like someone could be dealing with a Capricorn. Maybe you're a Capricorn energy. Hang on. Yeah, I'm getting that someone had to put some sort of shield up, some sort of protection against something. like I said, this could be like, it doesn't have to be, you know, your sort of, I'm getting a shield being put up against some sort of energy. Feeling a bit trapped, a bit stuck, maybe. I've got some sort of vice here as well, you know, some sort of temptation, some sort of, it could be a thought pattern, it could be, you know, some sort of addiction, it could be some sort of attachment to something. Right, okay, that's all I'm getting out of that one at the minute. Right, this one's the Magician. Yeah? So, trying to think that. Magician. I've got some sort of communication. Some sort of knowledge, communication, some sort of something to do with the soul, the spirit, the... Right, I'm just going to pull another card on that one. And pull one of these ones. Okay. Yeah, the Empress and 3 of Cups, right, okay. Yeah, some sort of communication, some sort of inner knowing, or highly intuitive. I'm getting soul food. Soul food. Soul food. Passionate. Something setting you free. This could be the laughter. I'm getting someone seeing the lighter side of life after a very dark period in their life. I feel like someone's gone through a dark night of the soul of some description. Some sort of tower moment, some sort of awakening. Right, what are we getting here then? I'm getting a few different things here. Yeah, I'm getting some sort of awakening after... Yeah, growth, strength and connection to nature. Okay. Maybe someone needs to get themselves out in nature a bit more. Bit of gardening. Unity, partnership, duality, twin flame. More card there, please. Yeah, I'm getting some sort of ending. This won't be true for everyone, but some sort of ending with partnership of some description. It could be, or some sort of argument or dark time, you know, with a partnership. It doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It could be, you know, a job. It could be someone at work. It could be a friend. It could be a family member. It could even be yourself, fighting against yourself somewhere in the darkness, not seeing things clearly. Yeah, transformation, change and rebirth, yeah. So as I said before, something new has begun here or is beginning. So I've got this transformation card as well. If you're seeing butterflies, this could have something to do with going out in nature. But if you're seeing butterflies, it's another confirmation. Yeah, I feel like someone's been going through this gloomy, not so nice time, really. It could be in the recent past. It could be still going on now. I think what this is teaching you, this is something to do with your core being, your bringing something into the physical. So something's being manifested. Could be soul contract. It could be I'm getting new journey. Whatever you've just gone through there, like I say, it could be your thought patterns. It doesn't have to involve someone else. I'm just saying this is different for everyone. So it could have something to do with someone else or, some sort of environment. But this could literally be learning to trust yourself, finding deeper knowledge within yourself and learning to heal that through looking on the bright side. Yeah, this sun here on the Empress is what's drawing my attention here. Yeah, see that? It's a cup in the sun. Yeah, so I feel like you've been, dreaming up a new opportunity or, some sort of, way of getting through that time, of uncertainty or, vices or, I'm getting someone having, a glass of wine too many, maybe, or, that kind of energy or putting up with, other people's demands on you, sort of, or, situations. Maybe it's just that, your point of view has changed in so many ways that whatever was aligned to you before wasn't making you passionate anymore. You lost your laughter. What these cards are saying today is, though, you're starting to regain that laughter, or maybe you're just an overall happy person, and like to see the joy in things anyway. Yeah. I'm getting also that maybe I'm getting for someone that they're always seen as the laugh, the joker of the pack, the light, oh, they're always happy, they're always joyful. So, I mean, we all go through ups and downs in life, don't we? So we're not always happy. But I get a feeling here that someone's maybe masking, what's going on, in pretending to everybody that everything's fine, and you're always there for everyone else, trying to make them smile, you hate to see them miserable. But sometimes, I'm not saying walk around with a miserable face, but I get that sometimes maybe you feel on your own quite a lot because everyone thinks that you don't have any troubles in life, whereas you just keep them to yourself because you don't like to burden anyone with them. This these cards are saying find an outlet for that. You know, if you don't want to talk to someone about it, that's fine. You know, some people like to keep things to themselves, but find some sort of outlet for that, you know, that you can sort of pull your resources back in there. You know, getting out in nature here. I've got a fox as well, you know. Yeah, why did that just come to me then? Right, okay, well, if you're seeing a fox, yeah, something's transforming here, though. We've got the butterfly underneath the magician here, which tells me that some sort of transformation, a soul, you know, not just a physical transformation, but an embodiment of transformation. You know, your inner world as well as your physical world is transforming in some way. I feel with someone as well, taking themselves out on a nature walk or spending some time in nature will reignite that passion of some description. Right, okay. Right, we'll pull some of these ones. Daughter Spirit, one of my favourite cards, and Appreciation. Yeah, so I said before, didn't I, that, you know, some sort of message or communication, you know, with the Empress here. Daughter Spirit, yeah. So this could mean if you're doing some sort of spiritual work, you know, there could be a new opportunity soon to, you know, get more involved with spirit in whatever sense that is. This could also just mean, though, that you are more in tune or getting more in tune with your, you know, higher self or intuition, that kind of thing, you know, messages coming through, especially with it being under the Empress. Also, I feel that the more indulgence, the more that you immerse yourself in this kind of energy, you know, finding out who you really are or what you're about, you know, what you're passionate about, what you know, brings you laughter, what brings you joy, what brings you, you know, the more you indulge in that sort of energy, the more that opens up. Appreciation, yeah. Appreciate what you have or what you've learned or what the lesson was. Yeah. So if you've been going through this sort of sticky patch recently, or, you know, some sort of emotion, you know, appreciate it. It doesn't have to be bad. You know, we go through these emotions to incorporate it into our being, you know, as a whole. Yeah. So it's not something that should be, you know, shunned, that kind of emotion. You know, as it said before as well on this laughter and crying, you know, it's a balance of both, isn't it? We're not always happy, we're not always sad, you know, it's that balance. So appreciating the good times and the bad times, you know, because every time we appreciate that we've learned something, we've moved on to the next, you know, it's a cycle. What else do I want to pull? I know. We shall pull one of these Ascension cards. see what we're working on. Venus, isn't that the goddess of love? I will help you manifest a true relationship with yourself so you can attain a right connection with others. Get anything out of that card? Right, what am I getting? Right, so I've got the back instantly, a lot of backs. So are you turning your back on something, turning your back on someone? You know, maybe turning your back on this sort of negative energy. You know, if that's been following you around. I just forgot all that. Right, I've got number 6. That could be significant to someone. I am going to pull an angel number as well in a minute, but we'll get that. What's that? Okay, this is going to sound strange, but I'm going to say it anyway. I've got pyramids in a body of water. So they're like, I don't know whether you can see that, can you? Let's see if I can show you there. And it's like a sandcastle underneath it, like sandcastles maybe. You see that there? I mean, that's focusing now, is it? I'll tell you what, I'll give you a closer up look at this picture and see what you can get out of it. Yeah. So I'm getting, maybe take yourself to the beach. Maybe that's what I'm getting, I don't know. Yeah, but I'm getting some sort of sandcastles, but I'm getting pyramids, you know, like triangles in water. I'm also getting like stepping stones. Yeah, stepping stones. And I'm getting June. June. Oh, we're in June now, aren't we? Right, okay. I'll take that as it resonates. But it says, helps you learn about who you truly are to attract the right relationships at all levels. Brings spiritual love into the physical, sexual relationship. Encourages you to be love no matter what. Yeah. Right, so we're going to finish off with an angel number. In fact, just before we do that, I'll do a fairy card because I know some people like the fairies. So we'll do a fairy card and then we'll finish off with an angel number. I'm also getting a lot of yellow flowers. Yellow could be your colour. In fact, do you know what? I know, I got this book the other day, yeah. I like this writer. She does a lot of, you know, she's done some good books. Elizabeth Hake, but she's got the Wisdom of the Tarot. It's quite an old book, but it's from the 80s, I think. But she's got these colours. So I'm getting yellow flowers. So what does yellow mean in her interpretation? Hang on. Just give me a minute. So we have got amber as well, actually, haven't we? So maybe wearing amber. But yellow. Yellow is the colour of reason. The colour of reason. Yeah? So maybe yellow could be beneficial to someone. If you may be, you know, trying to get someone else to, you know, reason with you or compromise, maybe wear some yellow, you know, wear some amber maybe. Happiness. The fairy of happiness. See? We've got laughter, we've got healing, we've got happiness. Yeah? A lot of joy. Right, and yet again, this is yellow. Yeah, she's wearing yellow there. So I think yellow could be a very positive colour for someone. Lily of the valley flower as well. I'm actually thinking about doing a course on flower reading. So, well, that's just reminded me of it. Right, lily of the valley. A little fairy, literally swinging around with energy. She's so happy. She's sending the love, vibrant energy straight to you. So if you've been feeling low, it's time to stop. Happiness is bouncing its way straight back into your life. Yep. I'm in total agreement there. If you want, take a screenshot of that and, carry that fairy round with you. Bit of extra happiness. A little reminder if things get a little bit Right, so let's pull an angel number. Right, so if you're seeing this number, it could be an extra confirmation. It could make you laugh. I say that as well, not just because we've got the laughter card, but if I, pick a card or I've got some numbers stuck in my head and then I see it everywhere in the most bizarre places. Like bizarre. It's amazing how spirit communicates that with you. 555. Change. Yeah, I love it when I see this number. Change is in the air. Embrace it as an opportunity for growth and transformation. So there we go. We've got 2 transformation cards and a magician. Yeah. So spirit here is definitely communicating with you about something kind of change coming and, how abundantly happy about it, So if you've been looking for that change in your life, it's here. Embrace it. Yeah. Don't get stuck in the quagmire about what everyone else is feeling. Yeah. Right, well, thanks for viewing me today. I hope you got something out of that. And hopefully, please like or subscribe if you did. Leave a comment. And hopefully, in fact, you could probably leave a comment if 555 shows up in your life. Tell me where you've seen it. Thanks very much. I shall see you on the next one. Bye.